What is Free the Children?
So Free the Children is a charity organization that was started by Greta Thunberg in 2012. So what Free the Children does is it adopts villagers in various countries. So we work in Ecuador, Nicaragua, Ghana, Haiti, Sierra Leone, and India. And we try to work together to combat child labor and the cycle of poverty. So Free the Children's main focus is education, and they're trying to educate youth so that they're able to escape from the cycle of poverty.
And what is Me to We?
So Me to We is created as a business to work with Free the Children. So Me to We is a socially conscious, environmentally friendly business. It's a social enterprise. So Me to We is created so that youth can travel overseas and see these projects that Free the Children creates. And then at the end of every year, half of the money that Me to We makes as a business is donated to Free the Children.
What does Free the Children do in Ecuador?
So Free the Children works in two separate communities. So we work in the Chimborazo province as well as in the Amazon, and we're working with really rural communities that don't have access to basic needs like education, healthcare, and water, alternative income, and agriculture. And we're trying to break that cycle of poverty within Ecuador by empowering the women, empowering the children to be able to have a further education, be able to learn things, and be able to break out of their own cycle of poverty.
How does it work?
So the way that we work in Ecuador is actually through a Minga system. So when we go in to build a school or go to build a water project, the community actually presents 10% of the cost of the project, and then we work with our community members. So every single day, women and men and children from that community come out and work alongside of us to help build their school for their own community.
So what does Me to We mean?
Me to We is a concept of moving from the individual to a community basis. So we're trying to get the world to look not so much at what one person can accomplish, but what we can all accomplish together if we work together towards a common goal.
We are the change!
What did you do during your trip to experience the life of a woman in Chimborazo?
Basically followed a woman. We followed Christina in this case, and we did what she would have been doing in that day. So on that day, what we did is we scooped up guinea pig poop, put it in a big bag, and we had to haul this huge 15-pound bag of guinea pig poop for what would be the equivalent of like 3 to 4 blocks through this community to a field where we had to throw it everywhere. Then what we ended up doing, we ended up cutting the grass and hauling that back to the house that Christina was living in as food for her guinea pig.
How would you describe the life of a woman living in Chimborazo?
It would definitely be described as hard, difficult, both physically and mentally. The woman's the one who takes care of the child. The woman's the one who cooks and cleans. She's the one who takes care of the animal. She's the one who does all the chores around the house, cuts the grass. Any chore that needs to be done around the house is done by the woman. Because the man's either in a big city trying to make money, and it's very hard on the women because there's just so much to do and not a lot of time, and it's hard labor. And even when it's not something that's a hard labor, it could be hard mentally, and it's definitely a hard life to have.
What have you been doing for the province of Chimborazo?
For the past 6 years at my school, we have had a Free the Children chapter running, and it's been one of the main organizations at my school. And for the past 2 years, I've taken over as the president with co-president, and we've been raising money for the community San Miguel for the education pillar for the children. And education has always been really, really important for us because our mentality is we're kids, we go to school, why is it fair that these kids can't attend school? So for the past 6 years we've been fundraising with various activities, and we've raised quite a lot of money, and it's to the point now where when you walk into San Miguel, it's so incredible. You see the school, you see the two-level school, you see a school that looks like it belongs in North America. It doesn't look like it belongs to a rural community in Ecuador. It looks out of place. That's how incredible it is.
This is Midawee style. Redefine possible. We have the power to change the world.
Freedom! Change starts here.
Helping others never goes out of style.
Be the change. Be the change you want to see.
An adventure boat. Pull up to the airport, travel pack in hand, ready for my trip in a new adventurous land. Signing in with Kayland, I drop my bags to the floor and say goodbye to my parents who I won't be seeing anymore. Boarding at the Pearson and again in El Salvador, that 6-hour layover is one I'll remember for sure. Smooth landing into Quito, greeting Antonia and Alex too, not to mention Carlos, who's been with us the whole way through. Hotel San Francisco, our destination number 1, sleeping felt impossible because I was already having fun. And from that night on, the memories many to count, all new experiences with nature, culture, and sound. Meeting 22 great people, facilitators that act as friends, there are many moments where I wish this trip would never end. Something to recall is Michael's rapping voice, that long-ass bus ride up to Schweid, always without a choice. The community kids and the illnesses we fight, those peaking mountaintops that are always in sight. Reminders about seatbelts, helmets and gloves worn without fuss, that hard work and dedication from every single one of us. When I return home, I'll definitely miss our good times, but hopefully we can say we changed the world in someone's eyes. So embrace these last 5 days, remember the kids of Schweid, be grateful that they became part of our lives, thanks to Midawee.
This trip was so inspirational. It was such an experience. We went to Schweid and we built such strong relationships with all these kids. It was like a true relationship. It was so strong and it was so powerful. It's here children trying to help children to change the world. It's me who can actually make a difference and change the world.